Hey guys, today I'm going to go through a brief overview of Ethereum. Ethereum is the second largest blockchain / cryptocurrency ecosystem, second only to Bitcoin. I mainly go over how Ethereum differs from Bitcoin, so it is a lot easier to understand everything if you watch the Bitcoin video first, which I will link up top. Ethereum is actually very different from Bitcoin. Bitcoin was designed to be a currency, and the network primarily supports the exchange of Bitcoin. Ethereum is much more complex, and it was designed to be more of a platform for people to create different rules and currencies that can be used for more specific use cases. First, we will go over some basic similarities and differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin was created by an unknown person with the pen name Satoshi Nakamoto. Ethereum was designed by Vitalik Buterin, and he is still very active in the continued development of Ethereum. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum utilize miners to achieve consensus when updating the blockchain. But Ethereum adds a block every 12 seconds compared to Bitcoin's 10 minutes, so transaction times on Ethereum tend to be faster. Bitcoin's award for the winning miner halves every 210,000 blocks, which is currently at 6.25 Bitcoins. But Ethereum miners are awarded a constant 2 Ethers indefinitely. Ether is the native cryptocurrency of the Ethereum ecosystem. So when people say they are buying Ethereum, they are actually buying Ether. But the biggest difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin is the ability to add code to a transaction. With Bitcoin, you have the ability to add code, but it does not support flow controls. When you make a software program, a lot of code uses loops. Loops carry out the same code multiple times until you reach a goal. For example, you want to write some code to count to 10. The software will go into a loop and keep adding 1 to your answer until it reaches 10, and then the loop will stop and move on to some other code. Bitcoin lacks the functionality because it does not allow people to write loops. People can write a loop that loops forever, and they can put some code that attacks the network. This infinite barrage of attacks on the network would make Bitcoin network unusable. The lack of flow control and the simplicity of Bitcoin is one of Bitcoin's main strengths. Ethereum, on the other hand, does allow loops. This allows Ethereum to do much more complex tasks than simply just exchanging Ether. How it solves the problem of an infinite loop is that it charges the person Ether every time Ethereum has to execute a line of code. If the loop is infinite, it will eventually drain the user's Ether balance, and the transaction will be terminated. This small change makes Ethereum much more complex, and it also allows for much more functionality. These pieces of code can be known as smart contracts. A smart contract is a public and visible set of rules that the Ethereum network will carry out. Some examples of a contract that you can create could be for like a lending service. A contract can say if a user has at least 4 Ethers, then we can give this user a loan of 7 Ethers to be paid back over 2 years at a 7% interest. A user can look at that contract, and as long as the user meets the criteria, the user is able to participate in the contract. The Ethereum network will carry out the terms without the need for a bank or a loan servicer. Another example of a contract is an escrow contract. You can write a contract saying a buyer will put 4 Ethers into an escrow for 21 days. And if the seller is able to find and send me a blue crypto kitty, then the seller will receive the 4 Ethers. The Ethereum network was designed mainly to carry out these simple contracts. The main hype around blockchain comes from the potential for blockchain to replace all third parties such as banks and financial institutions. Whether this happens or to what extent this might happen is anyone's guess. In the next video, we will go into more detail on the more technical differences of Ethereum. Again, thanks for watching, and let me know if there are any other topics you would like me to cover.